All righty. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. The 15th, payday. Woohoo, payday. Be on the lookout for your payday. So I just want to congratulate you. Hi, oh, look at Kathy getting her hair done. She's Look at that. That's called the determination and consistency and getting on. Look at her. Oh, I'm so glad I'm recording. This is awesome. Um, so good morning, everybody. I'm just again proud of each and every one of you for jumping on again. We've been doing this now for a month and a half, and I think it's amazing that we all get together and help each other. And we're going to go over the book. I know it's a different book, but the beginning, it's going to, in my opinion, this is like the core, and then it gets better and better and better. So we'll discuss the book a little bit. I do want to go over what to look for in your business on the 15th. I want to ask you guys to think about like trials, tribulations, wins and stuff that you did this week that maybe have helped your business, or something that maybe hasn't helped your business, or something you need advice on. And so start thinking about that, and then we'll end the call. So I'm going to start with the book. So tell me, I know a lot of people maybe just got it. Some are still reading it. So who wants to start talking about this? Who'd like to start a little bit about, and I think with this is more of summarizing that whole portion, that first part, because the first part was pretty much it was all the same. It was all about, it was all about where it begins, and so who wants to start? Come on, Lori, my high achieving sister. She's like, no, I don't want to. I'm just kidding, Lori. You don't have to.
I asked last night what pages are you covering? Because I took a lot of notes. Could you just say that real quick?
Yeah, I answered on there. I guess it didn't come through. Part 1. So the beginning to page 64. You were correct.
Okay. Well, give me a second then. Okay, I'll pass on any comments right this second.
Hey, Solange, how about you? Patricia, anybody? Robin, anybody?
Okay, well, guys, I just got the book.
Okay.
Like 2 days ago, I think I posted. So I'm on page. I have the last. I'm on 51, so I still have.
You have a few more, but what do you think so far?
I love it. It really makes you think about a lot of things. Like, you know me, I'm always thinking about my past and why God put me here. Why in the world would I torture myself with 20 kids every day? And like, I know why, because I did pray about it. So it really made me think about when I first quit working.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought I would work until I didn't have fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And with 20 working so hard and all 4 girls, I said, okay, this was his doing. And I used to say I had nothing to do with it, because I do not like combing hair. But that's what he gave me, and I had to work with what I had, and I prayed about it, and I ended up staying home, taking care of kids. And I see it's part of my legacy. Look at my third born. She's a foster mom to 2 kids at 27. She has a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old. And she calls me crying, saying, "How did you do it?" I go, God, that's what God does. This is the path. This is what he gave me. And so now I see it more, like I'm thinking of like what the book says. It's part of his plan.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. No. Yeah. And it's true. It's very true. And thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I put you on the spot, but thanks for sharing. I'm going to share it just a little, because thank you, Solange. I may for me it was a little different. I mean, I was born and raised Catholic. I got baptized. I went to church when I was younger, and I remember telling my mom when she wanted to take me to church, I said, no, I don't want to go because I don't want to be there. And I don't think God would want me sitting there not wanting to be there. He'd rather me be home. So I was justifying not going to church as a kid. But I've always had a spiritual side. And I know that everybody has different gods, different beliefs. And I've just been a very spiritual person. And so when I read it, and I went to Catholic school, but I don't go to church every Sunday. So I feel like a bad Catholic sometimes. But I read it, and it's just the, like the happy pocket full of money. It's the source. There's a source. There's a higher power. There's, whatever any of us believe in, and it's not, and most, just around the world. And I think about when I read that first section, there's a source and a higher power that's there to help guide us, that is there to help us attain our goals, help us attain our love, our family, our life, or whatever we want to accomplish. It's there to give it to us, but we just need to tell it what we need and honor it. And I say it like it because it's God or the source or the spiritual or whatnot, whatever everybody believes in. He's there to protect us, and he's there, but we have to honor him, and we have to live this life of gratitude for him, and showing that, integrity and truth and honesty. And so it's the core of who we are, and that's how we are good people. Because if we don't have that core, I just feel that, it just solidifies to me that I have to have that core in my life. I have to have that core to continue to do good, so that he can give me what is coming to me. And that, do you guys understand what I mean? I mean, am I making sense, or am I rambling? Okay, because sometimes when it's about spirituality stuff, I feel like I ramble. But anyways, that was me. So Laura, you ready? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm ready. And I'm really glad that you said that, because all of us in this group may not have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ like I do. And I'm really glad that you said that, because we all have a source of strength from a being of something we believe in. And so with that said, I wanted to mention the journey of prayer. We may not realize, and for those of you that may not have any kind of a God in your, like God, Jesus, it's more spiritual. Maybe that's through meditation on prayer for some people. Maybe meditation is what you will relate, the prayer part. But I wanted to mention the section on legacy key number 4, the journey of prayer. And I highlighted some things about the 5 reasons why we pray. And again, you can remove that with 5 reasons why we meditate. And, there's a lot on pages 55 through 57 about loving to pray. I'm not in control. I need help. I want things to change. I need to do his will, or I need to do what's right. However, you change that out. But on page 63, this really hit me hard. He wants to answer our prayers. We must believe that God hears, that he cares, and that he acts on our behalf. That's faith. That's faith, walking without seeing. But the clincher sentence for me was, faith has nothing to do with time and everything to do with trusting God. He wants to answer our prayers, and he wants to give us the desires of our heart. So I was very moved by that, because there are many times I sit in my space wondering about things. And when I sit down and just pray, things do change. And there's a lot of power in prayer. So I just wanted to mention that. I think that, and again, this book is very Christian based, and I love it. I love the scriptures. I understand it. I get it. I went to Christian college, all that. But it really gets us to stop and think about more on a spiritual side. So I appreciate the book. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else want to share? Sharon, go ahead.
Okay, so in that note, what got me was on page 58, where, I pray, I talk to God a lot, but I guess I don't have the conversations that they tell me that I need to have, and hear what he has to say back to me. And then on 58, up at the top, it says, praying that a hard circumstance will go away might not be to your benefit. Instead, the answer is to pray for his will to be done, then learn to go with the flow. So it kind of like, it says one thing on one page and then something else on the other page, like, pray for it. So my question is, what, I guess you need to have more in-depth conversations and not just pray when you feel like you need to pray.
I agree. And you know what? Okay, Robin, you're next. Put your mic closer to your mic on your phone. Okay, she's good. All right, good. Go ahead, Robin.
Okay, this is a subject that's hard for me to talk about with others because it's so personal for me. There's moments in the day that I have those kind of conversations, and the person I'm always talking to is God. Like, if I'm talking in my head, it's usually to him. And I'm either just talking like I'm talking to you guys, just random conversation, or I'm asking about stuff in the world, or just different stuff during the day that runs through my brain. And, my brain's always doing something, going left, right, up, down. So for me to find my center, to find my focus, I normally have a conversation with him. That's all.
That's good. That's awesome. Thank you. Anybody else? Terry, Kathy, Danny, Patricia, anybody? Okay, Terry, go ahead.
I was going to say something really short. It kind of piggybacks on like maybe the last 2 or 3 people. It's really about relationship, because if you don't have a relationship, it's not about being regimented and rules and all that. It's about a relationship. And a relationship is a very organic thing. And like if you have a family member and you never talk to them, you don't really have a relationship. And, you can't, it's having a relationship with God, or I'm sorry, I say God, so I'm going to stay with that, but I'm not to offend anybody. But you can't just go when you want something. It's, it's a relationship. It's just, that's it. Basically it. So everything everyone said, I'm saying yes. It's just about having a conversation like we're talking now. So that really is. And if people, if for anyone that struggles with that, start there. Just start there. Just, don't expect anything. Don't necessarily ask for anything. Just start having that conversation, baby steps. And at some point you'll start receiving something on the other end. You'll be more open. It takes a little bit of, not practice, but yeah, I guess practice is the only word I can come up with right now. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Got it. Sorry. I see all these wavings. I said, I wanted to say to you was, starting off with the fact that you apologize for saying God. I don't think anybody should ever apologize for either saying God or Jesus or their source or their spirit or whatnot. That's who you pray to. That's what you say, that, hey, that is who that's who you are. So don't apologize for that. That would be my thing for you, because I think that we all have everybody, and I think most of us, are Christian, Catholic. I just think that with what you said, just speaking to God or speaking to whomever, we should all do that. We should all help our friends and family, kind of encourage them to do that, but not where it's like, you're pushing it down somebody's throat kind of thing. How people overdo it like that. I mean, I just think it's a great start to the legacy, because it is the start to our legacy, and creating that for futures and futures and futures of family members, of family, of who we have. Anybody else want to add anything?
I want to add something. I'm sorry if I just jumped in, but
Okay.
again, I said I'm sorry. I want to just add this last piece, and that is, people that don't have any spiritual groundedness, like none, like none, then what's our purpose? Then what do we have? What's going on? And I know we all have a purpose. Miriam is a big piece of, I think, the attraction of the bigger purpose. But the relationship with whatever we have is what grounds us. And I'm very happy that all of us desire that's on the line, whatever that God is for you. And keep that groundedness, because there's so much more beyond what we're doing this very second in front of us. And I just wanted to add that piece of what Terry said. It is a relationship, or whatever relationship that is. And what do we have to look forward to if we don't have that? So I'm very happy that everybody has that groundedness of some sort.
Thanks, Lori. All right. Well, I'm glad I picked this book. I didn't know how I've read it before, but reading it again, I'm reading something different. So I also want you guys to start thinking about our next book. Give me some suggestions on maybe something you've heard about, maybe something you've been wanting to read. I know one of them that I kind of thought of for our next one was That Girl That Washed Her Face, or whatever, that one book. about washing your face, whatever. I see a lot of people reading that. That could be a good one for our next book, but just start thinking about it. So let me see. So our next, we'll read part 2. So the entire part 2 is attitudes for living the Christian life. So it's all, part 2 is not very many pages. So we'll read part 2. Let me see. Let me see. Part 3 is long, I think. Yeah, part 2. We'll just read up to part 2. So that's our next step. Anybody else want to talk anything about the book? Nope. Okay. So a couple things. We'll go. I'll go around and see who has things that has happened in their business with customers, brand partners. You know what I had asked if you have anything to talk about, but things that you want to look at for today, because it's the 15th, so it's halfway through the month. Look to see your customers' credit cards if they've gone through. People who have the 1st through the 15th ADOs. People who have the 15th through the 23rd ADOs, go and follow up with them and see if they want to add anything on their ADO. See if their ADO is, where they want it to be. Make sure you just kind of double check that today. Look at your own ADO. If it's going to run on the 23rd, see if you have, your maximum credits you're spending. Don't, like, if you have 270 and you only get $150 worth of stuff, you're losing out on a lot of product. And I'm telling you that because I've seen it happen more than once. You guys lose out on the product, and I don't want you losing out, because then it hurts your bottom line also. Another thing is, so I made a mistake. Well, I made a mistake on my last month, and I wouldn't have thought about it. So I'm going to share it with you because you may not have thought about it. So I have consistent customers that purchase every month. So when the regular ADOs go through, I just assume, I know what they are. And I also have a handful of people that always call me to change it. So they always text me, oh, can you change it to the eye serum, or can you change it to EHT? Well, my monthly check came out. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't get my $100 9PC bonus, and I'm sending messages. What the heck? I didn't get my $100 bonus. What the heck? I had one customer. She's never changed her ADO, ever. She's been a customer for 2.5, 3 years. She changed it to face wash. So it wasn't a $60 ADO, so I missed out on my $100. But I had no idea because I didn't inspect that. I just assumed that she bought the EHT or eye serum because she's never changed it on her own. So really take a look at those things. And I went like, what? Oh, I would have bought like another face wash. I would have done something to fix it, but I had no idea. So it can happen to anybody. I mean, I just assumed. So I'm letting you guys know, check those ADOs. I mean, I honestly, I saw her order go through and I was like, okay, good. I got the 9, but no, I changed it to face wash. Why? But anyways, it's a costly mistake, but it is what it is. But go through that, look at your team, see where your team is. If you have brand partners, see where they're at with 3 or free, see how you can help them, the end of the month. I also want to talk about, like, it's interesting. I always post on Facebook different things, and you just never know what's going to capture somebody's attention. And yesterday, the one I posted about the eye serum was something I posted a long time ago, super old. And right when I posted it, I got a text message from a customer, or for somebody that's watching me. Okay, I wanted to try the eye serum. Can I get my free patches? Sure, no problem. I mean, out of nowhere. And then Vicky posted the same thing, and she got somebody who reordered. So be consistent with at least one Nerium post a day. At least one throughout the day. And I would suggest, because most people are so busy, but I would suggest early morning so that it runs through their feed all day, or 6 o'clock at night so that when they're, downtime, they're home from work, they're looking at their Facebook, they're looking at their phone, it pops up. So I would say either like anywhere from 7 to 9 a.m. or 6 to 8 p.m., post something and make that a commitment to yourself. Post something once a day until we meet next week, and let's see what happens. And it can be it can be a product, it can be, an article on Nerium, it can be whatever, but just post once a day, because people are watching. Even though you may not see it happening, they're watching, and you're just going to get that one person that says, hey, I'm going to do this business, or hey, I want to be a customer, or hey, I want to change my order. So that's one of the things I want you guys to look at for this next week. At least one post a day, either in the morning or afternoon, just something. It doesn't have to be a live. You should do one live a week, but it doesn't have to be. It can just a post, okay? And then my other thing is, I have completely underestimated, and I don't know if you guys have, maybe it's just me, I have completely underestimated this probiotic lotion. And I say that because I just felt like it was a lotion. but I underestimated it, and I am using it on so many, like my burn, that this burn was like ridiculously disgusting, and it is almost like completely healed. Never had a burn heal like that. I have a customer of mine who used the firm because her skin, she's just religious about the firm. I told her, hey, you know what, try this lotion. How about you add this to your ADO? And this was last month. How about you add it to your ADO and try it? And so she asked me, how do I use it? Do I use it with the firm? I said, just use it on its own and let's see what happens. I have never seen her so happy about a product. She was like, oh my gosh, this lotion is amazing. It's hydrating my skin. You know, that crepiness is going, my skin feels amazing. And I was like, yeah. And then I have another customer. I had her order. I said, you know what? She had some itchy thing going on. My friend Debbie. I said, add it to your ADO this month and try it. She has texted me 3 or 4 times, different people that she's talked to about the lotion, because she's like, Monique, it was a miracle. Like, I put it on. It's just amazing. I love it. I need more. And I'm like, what? And I've underestimated that lotion because I just have. And I just want you guys I just wanted you to tell you what has happened with that lotion for me. I use it every day on my hands and my elbows. And I think it's a great add-on, a $45 add-on, but that body armor, that protection, that it's incredible. And I think that has happened to me sometimes with some of the products. So anybody else want to share about anything? I just had to share those things that have happened to me this week. Go ahead, Patricia.
I wanted to share about the Prolistic lotion. I've been using it, and I was walking down the street the other day, and there was somebody smoking in front of me, and the smoke was coming at me, and I thought to myself, and I don't know, my mind, I thought, I'm protected, you know? I mean, this stuff is settling, it's going through the air, but because I'm using this, it's not settling on me. And my skin is softer than it's ever been. And you know me in the firm, I would never be without it. But definitely I'm crossing both of these over together. And I think when I give it to somebody, they're just amazed with how good their skin feels. I'm always pumping it and put it on people. So I love that stuff. I think it's great.
I agree. So Patricia, let me ask you, because I know Lori's brand partner Jesse uses. Do you do the Prolistic first and then firm?
I do the firm, and then I use the Prolistic on places I'm not using the firm.
Okay. So you don't use them together.
I'm not doubling up. No.
Okay. Well, and that's what I wasn't sure of. So that's what I told my friend to use the Prolistic on her arms to get it, like, to use it for like a week or two to like kind of like put that probiotic into her skin, and then I'm going to give her to get putting the firm on areas that she needs tightening, and then using the probiotic on the other places. Okay.
That was a
Jesse
great
both.
Huh? Solange, what?
Jesse uses the firm and then he uses the Prolistic lotion, and he
Right,
said it's a big difference.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So and it's really helping with the burns on his skin. I mean, like the pliability of his skin, because it's so tight when it gets burned. I wish our brother would listen to us, but anyways, okay, next. Because our brother has 3rd-degree burns on his hands. He had skin grafts. His hands are always hurting. They're always tight. And he won't listen to me or my sister. So there you go. All right, next.
So we could just give him that for Christmas money. We'll just give him that.
Oh, good idea. We'll give him that and give our sister-in-law the entire skincare set because she needs it. Okay.
No kidding.
Sorry. I mean, look at our skin and our sister-in-law. Oh, God.
Well, you know what? So I have something to share. Sometimes people don't want to be wrong. And you could ask Vicki Downey that. She saw her friend's skin advance and improve, and she didn't want to be wrong. And she had to eat crow and say, you know what, I think your skin's looking better. And that's when Vicki Downey came around and looked at the business. So unfortunately, pride and ego is everybody's demise, in my opinion. I did have something to share. I have a brand new customer, and she totally bought the advanced skincare set. I don't even know her, and her product her product hasn't arrived yet. It's been 10 days. And I was like, how am I going to make this right? Gosh, this lady dropped so much money and she still doesn't have the product. Well, there was a problem with a non-deliverable address and there was issues. And I asked Miriam, how are you going to make this right? This lady's dropped a lot of money. So they expedited the order. It should be there today or Monday. I asked them, what can you throw in as a free product? Because we have inconvenienced this woman. So they're going to give her eye patches. But I am going to send her a wellness product because I think that that would really add to her interest to continue with the second order, because she's going to get her order half through the month, and then the second box is going to come. She's going to have a ton of product. So I just wanted to share that story. Sometimes we need to add more customer service to our existing customer service with our company, and just kept saying to her, how can I make this right? I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. I want to make this right. I'm not mad. Wow, you're so nice. You're so nice. So that might be something you add to your language. This right. What can I do to make this right? I'll give you the story later after she gets it and what her results are. But that was not very cool, and it was a big order. But these things happen.
Yeah, and Miriam, and we know the company we're with. So just so you know, if anything, and you. I'm glad you called and asked them for that, because since I've been with the company and I've had any problems with customers, I have called them and I have said, I remember I had this when we first opened Canada, and I had this lady and her order didn't show up, and then her order didn't show up, and then her order didn't show up. 3 times it didn't show up. And I was like, really? And I called it and I'm like, Miriam, like, they're like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know where it's going. We don't know what's happening. And this woman waited for like almost 2 months for just her first bottle. And I was like, what are you going to, like, really? They ended up sending her like 4 bottles and then a day cream. And they'll really help us with our customers. So always keep track of that and always, monitor that, because Miriam is really, really good about helping them out. And I think, yeah, Lori, I'd like to hear what happens with her. And I think a wellness product is awesome to send her as a thank you and an inconvenience. And, that's what we have. That's what we're able to do. So anybody else have anything to add with anything that's gone on in your business this week, anything that's been happening that you'd like to share, or you need advice or anything? Okay. Oh, somebody, go ahead, Kathy. Oh, look at her. We're getting the stages.
I'll post on the messenger what happened this week.
Okay.
I did that vendor event last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll post on what happened with that on the message board.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Awesome. Another thing I was going to suggest, think outside the box with some of your things. One of the things that I'm going to do between today and tomorrow, is a lot of my new dog clients. I've never really shared Miriam with them because I literally don't even know them. Like, some of them I don't even meet. They just like give me a key and I go in and I come back. Like, I've never met them. So I'm going to send voice messages to them today, but I'm going to go into my phone and do a voice clip, so that it's recorded, and then I can just text that voice clip to people like, hey, it's Monique. I just want to share something with you. Can I send you some information you don't know about my other business, but I'd like to share, instead of a text, so that they hear my excitement and they hear my voice. So that's something you can think of doing, is you just do a voice clip. You do a voice clip, and then you can send the voice clip. If you go into a text and you record a message, that's not going to work, because if they listen to it and then they want to go back, it's gone. It doesn't stay. So that's why you would do a voice clip. And if you don't know how to do that, I can show you how to do that. Another thing that I'm going to do is with Robin, is her friends, they see her, they see what she does, but they don't really know all of it. They've seen her live. But what we're going to do is she's going to actually do a Facebook Live interview with me. And so she's going to interview me on my journey with Miriam and what I can do. So it's like third party. So they're listening to somebody else, not herself. And so we're going to do a third party interview. So I'm just trying to think outside the box with different things. And you guys think outside the box. That GSR call that I came up with, I just have to tell you, I woke up on Monday morning. I dreamt about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to tell Vicky. We got to do this. I just see this vision. And I think it was one of the best GSR calls we had. I loved doing that interview kind of thing, and everybody contributed, and everything was different. And I thought it was just awesome to hear from everybody. So really listen to what comes in your head or you see, because thinking outside the box in our business, we're able to do that. And with the little bit of time that some of you guys have, it may be something that takes your business over the edge a little bit. So I just wanted to give that suggestion. And then follow up. Follow up is key in what we do. And so I say go through your list today, look at who you have not followed up with, look at who has watched a video. Make a list for yourself that you get in contact with them in the next couple of days, because I know follow-up is the hardest part for every single one of us. So what I would say your homework is for this week is read the second part, read part 2 in the book. Between now and next Saturday, make a commitment to do one Facebook Nerium post a day, either in the morning or the afternoon. One Nerium post, if it's a picture, an article, a before, whatever you want, just one Nerium post a day. And then think outside the box of like trying to do a Facebook Live different, or whatever. Just think of something different. Terry, okay, Terry will go right now. Go ahead, Terry.
I'm sorry, I was going to try to squeeze this in when you were talking about what you've done this week. So,
Yeah, perfect.
not necessarily outside of the box, just actually doing what I've been what I should be doing anyway. So I printed out all my PCs over the last, however long, and I put a pink dot next to people that are people that I need to reach out to. There's a reason why some I'm not, but anyway, so I put a pink dot next to all of those, and then I made a commitment to pick 10 for the first week of the month and for the coloring thing. So, and then if once I text them or reached out to them, I put for the first week, I put a little purple check over the pink dot. And then this week I'm doing a green check so I can differentiate which week I did it. And then I started adding people at the bottom that are not necessarily just new people that are kind of coming into my thoughts that haven't been to PC yet. So in addition to this, I'm looking at the list, looking ahead, and I'm writing down in pencil 2 a day on my planner that I'm going to text each day. So I already have, you have to think about it. This is not new stuff. It's new for some of us, but it helps me realize it's easy, and my life is so packed right now, and my day is full of furniture. So when I see that I just have 2 names to reach out to, I can do it at night, I can do it before I leave for the day or something like that. So this is how I'm trying to stay more organized, because up until now I've struggled with that. So anyway, just wanted to share that. That's it.
Awesome. That's great. Anybody else? I know Sharon, you have some kind of log also. Anybody else have any kind of logs or anything that they do that works or helps them? Sharon, you want to share yours? You have one that you showed me.
Sure. I can go ahead and show it to you. What I've done is I have, let's see. So I've got this binder that's got a handle on it so that I know to reach for it every time. And inside of it, let me open it up here. I've got tabs in here, and I don't know if you can, let me see, how do I switch? Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay. Yeah. So that's like prospects, people that I've talked to, what I've done. I've sent them a video. Were they interested in the products or the business? I don't know. See that?
Yep, I see it.
And that's just one part of it. And then there's another section that what I've done is I've got tabs of months. Each one of these have months. And inside, can you see that?
There you go.
Okay. So I've color coded them. And I've written down all the people's name. And yellow is somebody who they liked it, but not now. And then orange are people who just did not like it. As you can see, there's one orange. And let's see, pink, if they turn into a customer, like that one down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then purple is to follow up later. And then green is they liked it, but they don't have the money right now. Okay. So green for money.
Yeah.
So so what I'm doing is taking this month by month, and then whatever I need, I feel that I need to contact from here, I take that name and put it in September so that I can keep it rolling. So this way I can keep track and say, okay, who did I contact in August? Who did I contact September, October, moving forward. So I just started this last month.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And, and that's the thing is that everybody has systems that we add our systems that work for us. And, we have to always keep at the forefront of our brain. We're running a business. I mean, we have a business, so we have to act like we have a business. It's not, unless your business is your hobby. If this is your hobby, then it's your hobby. You're not going to do the lists. You're not going to do the follow-ups. You're not going to do all the things. And that's okay. It's okay. That's the joy of what we do. You can run your business any which way you choose to run it. If it's a hobby, you're going to get hobby money. If it's a business, you're going to get business money. So just think about that too. So, and I know all of us on here are business. This is our business. So anybody else before we end? Oh,
Can
Sharon?
I just mention
Yeah.
that before I would get frustrated because nothing was happening and I felt like I wasn't doing enough. Now I can see that I am doing the activities. Nothing has come from it. However, I know that the work is being put in there. I can visually see it, and it makes me feel better. Well, in a ways, but it makes me feel better knowing that I am doing what I am supposed to be doing.
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. And Lori, I saw you raise your hand.
So Sharon and everybody, August was really slow for me. It was really, but I planted a ton of seeds. So as the farmer, Sharon, you're farming, you're planting, you're seeding, you're cultivating. The harvest will come, and you're going to marry your months together. I have 4 brand new customers this month. I'm hitting my 5th, hopefully today. Crazy. It just blossomed the first 3 days of the month. So that's why I'm #1 on Trip Volume for the Vicky contest, because of that. It just like blew up. So, and I'm going to publicly commit that I want to keep my standing there to the end of October 31st. But anyways, just keep going. You're a farmer. We're all farmers. We're all farmers. Just keep planning, keep planning. Remember how Monique always tells us, focus on the activity, the results follow. There's no way results don't follow with activity, and that's where our faith comes in. There's no way that it doesn't happen.
Yep. And the only way, I'm going to tell you, and the only way, and I'm going to be just real with you guys. If you're not getting a Wednesday check, it's because you're not doing activity. There's no way you're going to not get anything if you're doing something. If you're not doing anything and you're not doing anything, your business will not grow. And I have to, it's just it is those seeds. I'm telling you, it comes. I mean, the person who reached out to me yesterday out of the blue again, I mean, these are customers, these are people who have known me for a long time who have never ordered. So it took 6 years. I've been in this 6 years. And if I would have given up 6 years ago, they wouldn't be getting products. And I can tell you, our products are just, we know our products, but I've been looking at people's skin lately, and man, their skin looked terrible. I mean, it's just, I was telling Terry the other day, I've never cared about my skin, but my skin looks freaking great. I'm like, what? I don't have any makeup on. What the heck? I saw somebody the other day younger than me, and I'm like, oh, I got something for you. Got something for you. Anyways, so anybody else before we end? Anybody? Okay, let's take a picture. Hold on. Oh, Kathy, you have to come back on. That is for darn sure with your hair cut. There we go. Look, it's blow dried now. Oh, it's so funny. Hold on. All right, let me make sure I have a glare. Hold on. All right. Okay, there's the little baby. All right. Okay, on the count of 3. Ready? Smile. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me see. I got it. There's a glare. Oh, we got to do it again. I can't see Kathy at the salon. Hold on. That's important. All right. Okay, hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. All right, guys. Thank you for being on. We'll be on again next Saturday. I just commend you and appreciate you all taking the time and the effort to make this a part of your day on Saturday and commit to it. You guys are rock stars, so I look forward to what we have this week and just work on the homework. So I'm going to go ahead and
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Monique, and thank you, everybody.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Everybody's unmuted. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, kisses.
Woohoo.
Woo!
Hi, Terry.
Look at Terry with her hair all crazy right now. Look at her. Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.